It's an exciting day ahead as the group stage comes to a close tomorrow. In Group F's other match, the Gambia will go head-to-head with Tunisia. Tunisia have been dealt a big blow as they reported 12 players that have tested positive for COVID this evening. Meanwhile, there's a big game in Group E as Sierra Leone take on Equatorial Guinea, both in the standings for a place in the last 16. Both sides are separated by just a point, so the game has all the markings of a hot contest, as a win would guarantee either team qualification. But of course, the showpiece everyone will be keeping their eyes on tomorrow is that crunch game between Algeria and the Ivory Coast. Let's cross back to our sports editor, Simon Harding, for more. Simon, the holders Algeria at a real risk of crashing out tomorrow, and after two disappointing performances, their last opponents are their toughest ones yet.
Yes, and that's why there's a lot of concern around this Algerian team, because they haven't shown anything so far in this tournament. And I find it surprising that Riyad Mahrez says that his team deserve to go through, because they haven't shown anything that deserves them to go through as of yet, of course. And we have to stress as of yet, because this Algerian team has plenty of pride. They have plenty of talent, and it just takes one game for them to hit their stride. And perhaps they are going to be able to do that against, as you quite rightly mentioned, the toughest opposition they are going to be facing in the Ivory Coast. The daunting aspect for Jamel Belmadi and the Desert Foxes is that they haven't scored yet, which is so surprising considering, as you mentioned, that winning run of 34, that undefeated run of 35 games which came to an end, the manner in which they won the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations, and to be here at this stage without scoring a goal and with so many question marks in their game, the lack of pace, the lack of intensity, the lack when it comes to converting chances, so much waste in front of goal by some of their strikers, Feghouli, Baghdad Bouneja. It has been very complicated for them. And of course, on the flip side of this, you have an Ivory Coast side who drew 2-2 with Sierra Leone, who looked very disappointed, very angry with themselves after the game. We were there, and who will want to cement that top place in the group. Now, of course, there is also the element now that finishing second or third will avoid a tie with Egypt. So is that going to play in the match and the way that the match is approached? The reality for Algeria is that they're going to have to win, and if they go out, it is going to be a cataclysmic upset that the Algerians, defending champions and overwhelming favourites to win the tournament once again, don't make it through at least to the knockout stages.
Indeed, perhaps another surprise on the cards in an already unpredictable tournament, to say the least. That brings us to the end of our show for this evening on the Africa Cup of Nations. We'll